to certify there's a quorum, and you can call the meeting to order.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Mayor, it does look like, at least from my perspective, I can see all council members. Is there any council member that cannot see or hear any other council members so far? Mr. Kaufman, can you see and hear?
Yes.
Mr. Accardi?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Gagne?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Abernathy?
Can.
And Ms. Malang?
Yes.
Very good. And Mr. Mayor, it does appear that we are in compliance with our remote meeting ordinance. This would meet your quorum requirements, and you would be free to proceed with your meeting.
All right, we're called to order the meeting of April the 14th, 2020. I'd like to adopt the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Widener makes a motion. Jimmy Accardi, second.
You need to call the roll.
And Councilmember Malang, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yea or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yea or nay?
Yay. The agenda is adopted. Pledge of allegiance.
If everybody will stand, I'll lead us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag
States of
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That wasn't too bad.
Bob, do we have any public comments?
Mayor, under public comment, we advertised it per the directions we received. We did not receive any public comment as of 5 p.m. on Monday, the 13th, so therefore we do not.
Okay. Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda. To adopt the minutes. Do I have a motion to adopt the minutes?
Malang Gagne, I make a motion to adopt the minutes. Malang seconds.
Tamara?
Councilmember Malang, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yea or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yea or nay?
Okay. Okay, the consent agenda is, minutes have been approved. We move on to the approve the contract as present for the audit. Presented by C. Randolph, CPA. Do I have a motion to accept?
Malang motions.
Abernathy.
Gagne seconds.
Councilmember Malang, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yea or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yea or nay?
Yay. Okay, the contract of C. Randolph CPA has been approved. Moving on to resolution to accept CRP increased funding. Do I have a motion to accept?
Abernathy makes a motion. Jimmy, second.
Tamara?
Councilmember Malang, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yea or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yea or nay?
Okay. Okay, moving on to the Collection System Capital Project Ordinance Amendment. We'll have a motion to accept.
Abernathy makes a motion to accept.
Malang, second.
Councilmember Malang, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yea or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yea or nay?
Yay. The capital project ordinance is amended, has been accepted. We move on to amend the 2020 budget ordinance. Looking for a
Abernathy makes a
motion
motion.
to accept.
Jimmy second.
Councilmember Malang, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yea or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yea or nay?
Yay. The amendment to the 2020 budget ordinance has been accepted. Move on to water and wastewater utility budget amendment.
Gagne makes a motion. Malang, second.
Councilmember Malang, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yea or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yea or nay?
Yay. Water and wastewater utility budget amendment has been approved. Town manager staff and staff report.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, and thank you for making those budget adjustments. That will, for the public who is not up to speed, that allows us to move forward on the paving of Buckeye Creek Road. That allows us to start the water and sewer rehab project, and that those actions put a lot of work in process. So we do thank you for that. Again, Mayor and Council, my report is lengthy, so hopefully you've got some water to drink or something. But let me get started. The COVID-19 response for the town. Been a lot happen in the last 30 days since you last heard from me at a regular meeting. As you know, short-term rentals have been prohibited by both counties and the governor now. That was back in March 26th. Most of our businesses have closed. This has had a tremendous impact on the town businesses. To that end, we've had the TDA, Kate, Urs Geiger, and Sandy Carr. We formed a committee where they went out and reached out to every one of our businesses to discuss with them the potential for the payroll protection loan that the federal government has put together and the economic injury disaster loan that's available, as well as some state funding that has become available. And those three people really have been working hard on behalf of the town to help our business community during this very difficult time to avail themselves of some of the possible funding that's out there. We've had 10 of our businesses with our assistance have applied for the payroll protection plan, and 12 businesses have applied for the economic injury disaster loan. So we're working that as hard as we can. You know how I feel about our business community. They're the lifeblood of the community. And as we move forward, the town will be doing everything possible to make it so that businesses can reopen.
Bob?
Yes.
Have any of the businesses had any success in it being accepted?
Yes, they've been accepted. No, they haven't got any money yet.
Okay.
The program, as you might have heard, is mired in bureaucracy and red tape. The funds were given to the banking community. You had to apply through the banks. The banks were not prepared, from what I understand from Kate. The applications are in. Many of our applications have been accepted and preliminarily approved, but no one's received any money yet.
Okay, but they have been approved.
They've been accepted. It's like, I guess, like turning in your taxes, they accept your return and as they process it.
Okay, thank you.
As you know, there's a stay-at-home order that's been issued by the governor as well as both counties with a 14-day quarantine. Anyone who's coming into the county of Watauga or Avery for the first night, meaning they spent the night before somewhere else, is required to do a 14-day in-home quarantine. To that end, the town has, we've taken an approach of education as opposed to enforcement for a couple reasons. One, the order as well as the state of emergencies in both county were lacking in enforcement direction. It was more guidance as it was enforcement. It is true that it could be a Class 2 misdemeanor if it could be prosecuted successfully, but to that end, we have taken an education piece. So, you know, we put up the traffic sign, our traffic notification sign expressing the quarantine order. We put up a traffic counter at the sign so that we know how many vehicles per day pass that sign. I'll talk about that in a little bit. We've posted a lot of information on our websites, social media. We've posted town hall, bulletin boards. We've tried to get as much information out as we possibly can. And we're doing everything within the law to protect the community, but predominantly with education. So we have had a number of calls to town hall of people reporting their neighbor, where they say, you know, the house next door or the apartment next door, people from Florida just arrived and they're not quarantining. So we send a police officer, and we've had a very good response for the most part, where we educate the people, we tell them about the 14-day quarantine, we express the desire that they follow those orders, and for the most part, we've had good response. We have had one or two that have not been polite with our police officers and basically taken an adversarial position. We're trying to balance the fact that we've got these executive orders from the governor, we've got state of emergencies from the counties and the town, and we're trying to balance that with the constitutional rights of people to freely move about, enjoy their property, and do things that that they want to do. That's been a difficult balancing act, I don't mind telling you. I think we've been successful for the most part. There are some people who have not complied. I don't know that anything we would do differently would get them to comply, but we're certainly making the effort and we're doing it from an educational standpoint. And we'll continue. As we go forward, we'll continue responding to those calls and complaints. We'll continue educating, and hopefully we'll be able to get to the other end of this with something as a positive nature as opposed to some enforcement. To that end, we have people who are quarantined either because they're more permanent residents or they're visitors or they're summer residents that are here in quarantine, and they don't have the ability to go get groceries. They don't have the ability to go get medication, even though that's an exception to the quarantine. Once we educate them, they feel it's incumbent that they stay in the house. So what have we done? The town, through the police department, is picking up pre-ordered and prepaid for food as well as medications, and we're delivering those to the residents, either elderly people who don't feel comfortable leaving or people who have been quarantined. And I salute Chief Barnett and his people. They've gone above and beyond. Some of the stories, someday we'll share those with you. They've made deliveries of medical equipment for handicapped people. They've made deliveries of medication and certainly groceries and even a pizza or two. that's been called in. But I'm really proud of the town during this unprecedented time, where we've been able to take some of our resources that you wouldn't normally associate with that type of thing, i.e. the police department, and out there making deliveries and doing things for the community.
Well, the police department, on my behalf, and I'm sure of everybody else, that it's a job well done, and we appreciate everything they're doing.
I speak with all the department heads on a daily basis. I will tell you that every department, and I would go so far to say as every employee, is going above and beyond doing what needs to be done. And when this is all over, I intend to bring them before you, recognize them, tell you some of the stories that I know of, and I think you'll be as proud as I am.
Great.
We've adopted a program that's statewide where utilities are not disconnected for lack of payment. We report weekly to the state on this issue, but basically if a person cannot make their utility payment, we're tracking that. We're not disconnecting, and we're tracking the payment as we go forward so that the town and the utility is made whole, but we're not putting someone without water or sewer. Obviously, you can't self-quarantine if you can't have running water or flush the toilet. Our parks, courts, and playgrounds are closed, unfortunately. That was a difficult decision that was reached by the cooperative agreement between the towns in Avery and Watauga, as well as the two counties, and we've posted those. This will be a good time to tell you that I'm very proud of the fact that Watauga and Avery counties, as well as the towns, us, Banner Elk, Blowing Rock, Boone, Seven Devils, Newland, Elk Park, have all cooperatively got together. We've talked extensively on conference calls. We're trying to do the same thing, hash out our differences so that the message to the public is the same, so that when you go from town to town or from county to county, the rules don't change. Makes it difficult. And we've had tremendous cooperation between the towns and the counties, with Watauga leading the way, and it's made my job a lot easier. Our town hall and all of our public buildings are closed. We've closed those for a couple weeks now. We've moved our finance director off-site to be I joke, but it's true, our designated survivor. And we, at first it was difficult. We had people banging on the door wanting to, get their water bill paid and things like that. Steve was able to work us through that. We're able to pay almost all of our bills online. We've changed how we secure the building. We separated our employees, and it's smoothed out. So right now, with all the buildings closed, it isn't as difficult as it was when we started. We've canceled all of our board and committee meetings, as you know. We're doing council meetings remotely. We've canceled all recreation activities with the exception of a virtual Easter egg hunt that went very well. And quite frankly, our residents are desirous of getting outdoors and enjoying what little we have left open. I've left the trails open. We're monitoring those. We're getting quite a bit of traffic on the trails, and as long as we can keep the social distancing, we'll leave those open as long as we can. The Parks and Rec have set up some remote exercise classes. If you're not familiar with those, they're doing them on Zoom. You can give the Parks and Rec a call, and they'll give you the link for that. One of the things we had to do was we had to separate our workforce. Obviously, with a small group of employees, if one or two employees were sick or quarantined, they don't even have to have the coronavirus. If they just had the flu and were quarantined, we could be out of business very quickly. So we've separated our people. We've divided up our public works crews. We've done a number of things to protect our employees, issued PPE, a lot of guidance and direction. And the idea there is to protect our workforce so that we can continue operating the town. And we do have a continuity of government plan in place which is one of the reasons Steve is off-site. Last week, I had Chief Barnett off-site, and I believe Captain Carpenter's off-site this week. We've been holding our leadership meetings online, remotely. Our Monday staff meetings continue, and we've been doing that remotely, and we're using a lot of teleconference and a lot of telephone. I've canceled all leave for all of our employees. At first, it was difficult. Some people had some camping trips. Our AV technician, who's sitting behind me, had a camping trip. But now it's pretty easy because most travel has been banned anyways. We've restricted our employees from going out of the area, out of the county, and even for doctor's appointments or events with their family. We've changed our sick leave policy. There's two substantial changes in the federal law as it applies to employees with sick leave. We've changed that policy and we're administering that. We have a very strict don't come to work if you're sick policy, and we've actually sent some employees home that came to work and we felt that they weren't healthy enough to stay around us, and we've dealt with that. For our police and firefighters, we've established new protocols. We've issued protective gear, and our dispatch protocols have changed. We now have more intelligence from the health department on locations of possible infected people or people who are under quarantine, and how we dispatch our police and fire as well as their protective clothing has been improved, and we feel good now about that situation. And we've modified our dispatch. When someone calls on a medical call, we have a series of questions where more questions than normal, where we question the caller not only about their symptoms but their travel history, and now we've included their household history so that we're not sending police or firefighters to a situation where they may be exposed. You can imagine what would happen if I had to quarantine a few of our firefighters or a few of our police officers. We'd quickly run out of personnel. So before I move on the projects, that's what we're doing. That's what we have been doing. We've been spending a lot of time on our coronavirus response. It was hectic in the beginning. I don't mind telling you that. We've now, I think, got into a routine, and we're able to conduct our business in a healthy environment, and we're hoping that this ends soon. So before I go on, is there any questions from council on our coronavirus response? Okay, project reports. This is the good news. These are all the things we've been able to accomplish while we're adjusting for this new way of doing business. The Lake Coffee bathroom, the foundation is done. They poured concrete today. They'll begin framing the walls this week. We're shooting for a first week of June completion. I think you'll really like that when it gets completed. It looks really nice and it's in a good location. A lot of thanks to Public Works for helping us out with the site, getting us in the right place so that it looks good. And my hat's off to John Merritt for the design, and he and Jeff Fish have been down there working with the contractor to make sure everything is exactly the way it should be. I'm really going to be proud of that project. Shane Park, the plans are in tomorrow, final plans. They've been back and forth for permit. The contractor has promised he'll start the week of the 20th with the foundation, and we'll look forward to get that project underway. Believe me, I'll be the first one to go out there and shovel some dirt. The Buckeye Creek Road paving project is on schedule. All the culverts were replaced. We replaced all the metal culverts with plastic. We upsized them. We added 2 that weren't there in the past. The manholes and the water valves have been raised up so that they'll meet the level of the pavement when we pave. The ditches, we're finishing the reconfiguration of the ditches, and the last week of April is when the paver is expected to start that project. Looking forward to getting that done. On the Watauga River intake, we've had a lot of progress. There's a website that's under development that we'll use that as a public relations tool. We'll use that as a public education tool. It looks really sharp, and I think you'll like it a lot as well when we're done. We did the RFP for a public relations firm. That's out on the street. We're beginning to get some interest and some proposals back. As you remember, this was, I think, a key when I presented it to you in February, so that we can go forward, and we're reaching out to the community around the town as opposed to reaching out to the town. We are those are the people we're trying to educate and bring up to speed on what this is, and that PR firm is going to help us with that. And I've identified a senior leadership team. I've asked Robert Heaton to come back as a contract employee. He's going to be the lead. I call him the bird dog. There's nobody that I know that has more historical reference of this project than Robert does, and he's agreed to do that. He's going to lead a team of myself, Benji from West Consultants, Sandy Carr and Kate are helping us with the website and public relations, and Urs is a wealth of knowledge in helping us not only get the information into the website, but he's going to help us with the senior leadership team. Last thing on the intake, because of the coronavirus, I've spent a lot of time with Watauga County management, the county manager, as well as some of their leadership team. That relationship has been for the virus response, but that's going to pay dividends on the water intake. We have a good personal relationship. We've worked together well, and we'll be able to use that relationship to better educate the county when we need to go forward for that. So I'm really looking forward to that. The water and sewer line replacement, you approved the budget amendment tonight. The contract has been signed. We're going to have a pre-construction meeting next week. The contractor is Iron Mountain, and they will begin as soon as they can mobilize. We need to get that project underway. Every day that we lose this time of year is the day that we don't get back in the wintertime. So that water and sewer line project is on schedule and well underway. And as you know, you approved it today. We were able to increase our loan with the state to $200,000 on both the water and the sewer component, and that will help us fund those projects and the changes that came forward going forward and getting that done. Our town website. I know Councilwoman Malang and Gagne are probably more versed on this than I, but Sean Royal and the two council members have been working on our new town website development. The outline has been agreed upon. We've gotten a vendor on board, and simply we're paused waiting for budget approval to move forward on that. But I think that piece of the project, that piece of the budget is moving along well. Public Works building, the construction of the building is on schedule, moving well. We've got the foundation and the frame up for the new convenience center building. We're meeting on site this week to site the electrical transformers that will power the site. We have an update meeting here Thursday. We were going to do it remotely, but we just can't this time. So that project is moving along well, and you should see some visible progress very shortly as steel goes up in the air. On the budget, Steve has been able to finish up the preliminary draft budget. I'm reviewing it now. He and I will fine tune it, and then I'll send it to you probably by the end of this week. This budget isn't ready for public debate. This is what I promised you would be our proposal for a budget. I need you to have some time to review it. Give us, meaning Steve or I or the department directors, calls. Let's get all your questions answered. Let's make sure this is the direction you want to go. And then we'll clean it up. We'll get it ready for public viewing and hearing in May and June. I want to remind you that this year I've done something different with the budget. I'm going to provide an operational portion of the budget, which is going to show each department and its operations, what it cost, what we propose to operate the town. And then I'm going to have a separate component of the budget for capital. And that capital list will be in priority. It'll be my priority. And I'll send it to you with the dollars attached with justification. And what I'd like you to do is look at that capital budget and decide what you want to buy, what you want to accomplish, and how much you want to spend. When we get done, that budget, as I've told you before, will be our roadmap. We'll start producing whatever it is that you tell us to do, and we'll start July 1st, and we'll have it done by June 30th of next year. And it's a very aggressive budget. It's very aggressive on infrastructure, which is what you told us to do back in February. I think it's not inexpensive, but I think now's the time for all of us to decide what we want to do in the town infrastructure-wise and begin moving forward. So look for that to be in your email probably the end of this week. I'll make hard copies for the members that like that, and we'll have conversations going forward until we get to public hearing. Let's see, on the roads. I promised you a springtime we would get to work on the roads and cleaning up the town. We have done that. That's underway. We had a storm Sunday which set us back a day or two. We had a lot of gravel that had to be cleaned up. We had some roads that have to be repaired. But we're underway. So the parkway, the state area of the parkway, the town's repaired it. The big hole by Fred's in entering Public Works, we just couldn't get DOT up here and they wouldn't take care of it. So what we've done is we've solved some leaks, we've made some patching. DOT is well aware, and the local DOT supervisor has indicated that there may be some reimbursement to the town for the efforts we put forward on that piece of the road. But quite frankly, the people who come here, the people who live here, the people who drive on that road, they don't care if it belongs to the state. They don't care if it belongs to the town. They're tired of driving through potholes that are, 6, 8 inches deep. So we've repaired those. And we're going to continue repairing the roads and potholes throughout the town. We're out grading gravel roads. That was a priority that you told us. The road graders have been out. We've put about 40 tons of gravel, which is what we had left, and we're starting to do some work on the gravel roads. Our right-of-way, we're cleaning that up. We did hire 4 of the seasonal employees we discussed, and those crews are together working to clean up our right-of-ways. And I don't mean just picking up trash or cutting the grass. We're going down the road, and we're going to clean the sides of the road 15, 20 feet up on each side, picking up brush, picking up tree limbs. If there's boulders that have rolled down, we're gonna clean it up, and it's going to have a big positive difference on how roadways look. And one thing that this is new, I don't think I've discussed it with you. We went out and got bids to mow our right-of-ways, and we found that we can do it less expensive by hiring a vendor to mow our right-of-way, particularly the Parkway, Pinnacle, Pine Ridge, and some of our trailheads. So starting May 1st, we're going to have the mowing done on a scheduled basis with measurable deliverables by the vendor, and I've got one phone call to make if we don't like what we see. And we actually did it less than what we could do it with town employees. So I was happy to do that. We're going to give it a try. All right, town manager search. I think I shared this with most of you, if not all, but the town manager search, we've kind of paused because of the coronavirus issue. The town clerk, Tamara, has reached out to everybody who applied, has expressed our thanks for applying, has told them that we're simply pausing the process because of the pandemic. All of them have been very understanding and appreciative. And so we haven't left them hanging, and we want to keep a very professional relationship with the candidates. Let's see, this week is National Dispatchers Appreciation Week. And we have 4 dispatchers, Dave, Shirley, Shannon, and Wendy. They would appreciate a phone call. Don't stop by and see them, but give them a phone call and just tell them that you appreciate what they do. I deal with them on a daily basis. They wake me up in the middle of the night to send me on calls. These 4 individuals in our group, they do a heck of a job. And so this is their week. I've told the chief to make arrangements for us to buy them lunch, but I think it'd be cool if you gave them a call and just tell them you appreciate what they do for us.
Absolutely.
Let's see, the last thing I've got really is Chief Barnett. During this whole issue, he's been going to school, and he went to the North Carolina School of Government, Municipal and County Administrative Government class. And he did this over a period of, I think, about a year, 1 week a month, and he graduated. And he graduated during the middle of the pandemic, so his family wasn't allowed to be there. I wasn't allowed to be there, but it's a big deal. He's increased his professionalism and his education and training, and we owe him a great deal of thanks for doing that. So when you're talking to the dispatchers, let Chief Barnett know how much we appreciate him putting in the time for us. Last thing I've got is just remind everybody, stay home, stay safe. We're going to get through this. We'll be able to meet again in person. But in the meantime, be careful driving around the roads, because we're going to dig them up and we're going to fix some culverts, fix some water lines, and put some pavement down. And I'm really excited about that. So, Mayor, that's all I've got, and I thank you for giving me all this time.
No problem, Bob. Thank you. Okay, we've got town council comments. Wagner, do you want to start us off?
Chief, just to thank you for what you did out of this group. You know, I think everyone has been in uncharted waters, and you know, you've brought balance to a very challenging and unstable situation. I think you've kept everything tight and intact, kept everything positive, and thank you for all you've done. You're doing an outstanding job. Thank you.
Thank you.
And, you know, I mean, it's led by you, but you have a fine staff behind you, and hats off to them as well.
They're the best.
Thank you.
Mr. Arcardi?
Second what Widener said. You're just doing a heck of a job during a crazy time, so thank you for what you're doing, and obviously the staff and the dispatch and everyone, so thank you.
I'll pass it along.
Aaron?
Everything that Widener has said and Jimmy has said, starting with your leadership is immeasurable, Bob. And a thank you to the employees, because we know from Steve and everyone down, it has not been easy. This is just we've just never had to go through this before, and everyone is going above and beyond and being more than flexible to make it work, and it's working well. From the public works folks, from law enforcement that are just going above and beyond with all of our fire folks, for Urs and Sandy and Kate that are helping with the businesses and the loans, to all the businesses that are staying open, Fred's, Brick Oven, and the others that are staying open to help the folks on the mountain that need it. Everyone's working together, and it's just, even though it's a difficult time, extremely refreshing to see that everyone is working together, and that starts, Bob, with your leadership. And so I know I speak for everybody, how much we all appreciate it, and we can already see what's going on with the work on the mountain, and folks are really pleased. So we just want everybody to be safe, but for everyone that's having to adjust schedules and lifestyle and work style, sincerely thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly?
I'm just saying ditto to what everybody else is saying, and everybody stay safe, and if you come up here, quarantine for 14 days.
Okay, thank you. All right, I just have a couple of questions, Bob. The cleanup, we give them a map where to start? How are you dispatching them?
Well, we've broken the Public Works group into crews, and they do have specific areas. However, the Parkway, Pinnacle, Pine Ridge, Pinnacle North and Pinnacle have been the primary targets, and then we're going to move into the gravel roads.
Okay. And the mowing is the same schedule?
No, the mowing is, I can share that with you. It's a every 2-week mowing schedule on the Parkway, Pinnacle, Pine Ridge. There are some trailheads that are included, and there is, he also mows the dam down at Buckeye. Those are at different periods of time, but they're mowing Monday through Friday.
Okay. And I would appreciate a hard copy of the budget.
Okay.
No.
I'll send everybody a hard copy as well as an email.
Right. And again, just like everybody else has said, I appreciate your job that you've been doing. But overall, I think I appreciate the employees. I think it's very noticeable in the town how it looks and watching people work and the smile on people's faces as much as you get to see. So I think that leadership is one thing, but employee participation is very important, and I think everybody is bought into the program.
Yes, they have, Mayor. Yes, they have.
And I think that's a great compliment to you and to the employees.
I will pass that along. They've gone above and beyond. Anything that we've asked them to do, we've changed their schedules, we've changed their assignments, and to a person. I haven't gotten a complaint. They've gotten out there and done what's best for the town.
Hey, I've got a question, or Barry, or Mayor, may I ask a question, or you may hold off for a moment?
No, go ahead.
With everything that's transpired and everyone pulling together, and I think our mayor said it well about having the support of the employees, can we do a unscheduled employee luncheon for our employees? Just if it's like hot dogs and hamburgers, and just something to show them a little bit of appreciation.
Well, Councilman, I think we'll do that after, obviously we can't get them together for a luncheon, but after the pandemic is over and the town is back to somewhat normal, I already plan to bring them together, and I'm going to thank them from my perspective, and obviously invite the council and anybody in the town that would like to come. I owe them a great deal of gratitude for, it's easy for me to be in charge. I don't do any of the work. They do. And they make my job so much easier that I'm going to buy them lunch. So we're going to do that once we get back off of pandemic lockdown, and we'll invite the council and anyone else that would like to attend.
Very good. Thank you.
Well, the one thing I'd like to add is things must be going well because the rumor mill is dead, which is a great tool. That means we got a lot of happy people in town.
I hope so.
Okay. I need a motion to go recess for a closed session on
Motion.
employee matters.
Second.
Gagne, second, sir.
Councilmember Malang, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yea or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yea or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yea or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yea or nay?
Okay.
Mayor, what I need to do is just make sure we're all on the same page. The council is going to leave this meeting. It's the red leave meeting thing at the bottom right of your screen. And then you're going to log on to the closed session meeting. Tamara and I will go in my office. We'll open that meeting up. So it will be the council, the attorney, the clerk, and myself. We'll be on another meeting.
You're breaking up, Bob.
We're going to leave this one open, and we'll return here to end the meeting after the closed session. So you're going to leave this meeting. You're going to log on to the closed session meeting, and I'll meet you in my office.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll see you then.
Okay.
Riley, we're going to leave this open.
I won't even pause it then, okay? Should I pause it? Do you think I should pause it?
No, I wouldn't pause it.
All right.
Yo, what's up, dude? Your boy Adolf here. Yo, boy, what's up?
We're still running this meeting. We're still running this meeting.
Are you back on?
No, not yet. I mean, I've got the,
Okay, I've got we're waiting on the town attorney.
Bob, you probably need to turn that other microphone on too.
Okay, can you hear Riley?
Yes.
Mayor, can you hear me?
I think you're on mute, Barry.
Barry, you're on mute.
Let me see.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, I need a motion to reconvene our meeting.
Jimmy makes a motion.
Malang seconds.
Councilmember Malang, yay or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yay or nay?
I think he's on mute.
He said yay. I saw him. I can't unmute him.
All right, I'll just repeat it to get it. Councilmember Abernathy, yay or nay?
He's on mute.
He's giving a thumbs up.
Okay. Attorney,
Mr. Abernathy, the mute button will be in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen.
There you go.
Yeah.
There he is.
Say yay, Councilman.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yay or nay?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Councilmember Gagne, yay or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yay or nay?
Yay.
Mr. Mayor, since your agenda that you approved did not have an other business on it before you take action, it would be appropriate to take a motion to amend the agenda to include other business, followed by a motion for your personnel action.
Okay, I need a motion for other business.
Make a motion.
Abernathy seconds.
Councilmember Malang, yay or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yay or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yay or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yay or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yay or nay?
Yay.
Motion passes.
All right. I need a motion to increase Bob Putney's salary, an additional $15,000.
Gagne makes a motion to increase.
Just let me finish. Retroactive to April 1, 2020.
That was
I
Aaron.
need a motion.
Gagne makes a motion to increase the salary, $15,000, retroactive April 1st.
Malang seconds.
Councilmember Malang, yay or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yay or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yay or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yay or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yay or nay?
Yay. All right, do we
Motion
have any
passes.
other business to discuss at this point? All right, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Abernathy makes a motion.
Malang seconds.
And Councilmember Malang, yay or nay to adjourn the meeting?
Yay.
Councilmember Abernathy, yay or nay?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Accardi, yay or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Gagne, yay or nay?
Yay.
Mayor Kaufman, yay or nay?
Yay.
Then the meeting is adjourned at 5:08.
Officially adjourned.
Thank you
Thank
all
you.
very much.
You guys, y'all stay safe.
Thank
Have
you,
a
guys.
great
Stay safe.
evening.
Yep.
Everybody stay safe.
Everybody stay safe.
See you.
Bye. Okay, I've ended the meeting.
Goodbye.
Are you off,
Not yet,
Riley? Oh.
not yet.